fine if we have like this promo, say later on in January or February, with a few tweaks here and there that are actually improvements to the promo. That would be pretty good. Okay, so it is January and we do now have another promo with the same format as the No Shave November promo, but has it changed or is it just simply the same? Okay, so obviously we did get the Zero Chill promo a couple of days ago. We can't log into the game at the moment. There is some issues with that. Hopefully the server will be up and running, and we do think it is a server issue because some people can log in, others can't, and it's the majority that can't. And it doesn't matter whether you're on Facebook, Game Center, Google Play, or on a guest account, it doesn't seem to be working at the moment. So that is just an issue that we're having with the game. All you can do is wait. It's not the end of the world. We have got 2 sort of promos. I know some people are grinding through it, but most people aren't actually grinding through it because there isn't much point in it, including myself. I'm not really too fussed that we can't actually log into the game, but I know a lot of people are worried about it. But it should be up and running hopefully as soon as the EA can fix the servers. I have no idea because I don't work at EA or anything like that. But yeah, we're going to basically go through and review the Zero Chill promo. It is very similar, if not exactly the same, to the No Shave November promo. So it's probably similar stuff to the issues that I had with that promo and some of the benefits as well. Although mainly issues with that, they did only change one thing, which was that they made the event 4 days longer in the hope that we would be able to get some masters or more masters no money spent. It doesn't mean you can get probably that James Harden no money spent unless you are absolutely insanely lucky when it comes to getting some players out of the packs, getting your 83s really quickly, all of that stuff. You'd have to get really lucky to be able to get it. I'm sure someone might be able to get very lucky and do that, no money spent, but it is very lucky and it's luck based. You can't simply just choose to do that. It's going to happen to you just randomly. You can't control that when it comes to the game, but it does end up a little bit on the luck side with you getting those players because you do have a bunch of chance packs. Last time in No Shave November, you weren't getting anything good out of them, and it's pretty much the same with this case. They didn't change the odds or anything like that with this promo. They didn't change anything pretty much, and the stamina cost is still the same. There's still 75 stamina an event, which I didn't like the last time. I like the leaderboard, and I still like the leaderboard. Having that every single day is very good with any promo that I think, but obviously having those events, not getting the players out of it, and then sticking them in the sets, I don't think that's good when it comes to this promo. But going through some of your comments, I asked you guys on my YouTube community post what you guys thought of the promo. Obviously make sure you're subscribed to the channel because if you want to be in future videos like this one, because you can keep checking the community page on my channel, and then you can just comment on one of the posts where I asked for some feedback about the promo. So Jason over here says, I didn't even bother to play it yesterday, instead building my level up. I know a lot of people who are like this haven't been bothered to play through this promo or the side promo that we got as well, the specialist one, because they are pretty much pay to win promos and they are focusing on other stuff. Some people have just decided not to play at all, and that is a real shame in my opinion, because I feel the look back promo brought back a lot of people back into the game. I know other people and other YouTubers who started playing the game before I even started YouTube, and they've been playing the game and then they came back to the game because of the look back promo. And now that we're having this promo, a lot of them have decided, oh, the game's actually just rubbish. We just had that one good promo as a one-off, and now we're back to square one with these promos, which I think is a real shame because we could have held on to those players, and people were enjoying the game so much during that look back promo. Me myself, I was playing through so much to try and get myself those 92 over players, as I'm sure so many people were, especially no money spent players, because you got a bunch of 90s, you got a 92 overall master, if not 2, all 3 maybe no money spent. And now we're going to a promo where you're going to have to play through the whole entire promo, which is longer. Like I said, it's 1 week and like 4 days or something, which is a very long promo in itself, just to get another 90, which isn't worth it. If you look back, compare that to that look back promo. The whole point of this is to move forward a little bit, and it doesn't seem like we're doing that. We keep going a little bit further forward and then coming straight back down to square one with these promos, which I think we just need that consistency, and that was something that we were really lacking back in season 5, that consistency. Yes, they fixed the boost stuff, which makes it a little bit consistent in that stuff, and the campaigns are still an issue, which is for a separate video, but the promos, again, they're not consistent. Yes, they're getting copy and paste, which is sort of makes it seem like they should be consistent, but they're not as consistent, which I don't really think is a good thing at the moment. Now Carlo over here says that the promo is not that bad, we can at least get to 91 overall, and I agree. Like, you can get a 90 overall for free, you may be able to get 2, but it is a step back from the look back promo where you could get 4 90 overall players plus that Dennis Rodman makes it 5, and then if you're lucky, that Larry Bird, that's up to a total of 6 90 overall masters, 5 no money spent, 6 if you were lucky enough to get that Larry Bird no money spent. But that is a lot of 90 overall masters to go from that to then having a 90 overall, just 1 or maybe 2. It is a little bit of a letdown with this promo, but I can understand. You got to take what you're given. You are getting a 90 overall for free maybe, or a 92 overall depending on how much you grind and how much luck you are getting with this promo. Okay, so the event format is very terrible, and hopefully EA will stop using the format. The 90 overall masters have very average stats, and the 92 overall master is going to be a really hard one to get, like in the No Shave November. agreed. Like the 92 overall James Harden is going to be very hard to get if you are a nominally spent player, if not impossible, probably impossible. But you can actually get it if you are paid to win. The 90 overall Masters, again, they do have very average stats. Some of them have like some decent stats here and there. Like I think Dirk's rebounding is okay. Although I didn't look at the stats after the sneak peeks properly. But yeah, I think that is the case when it comes to those stats. And again, the event format I don't think is terrible. I think if they tweaked some of the stuff, like the format itself is like refreshing because we don't have that promo as often. It's the second time only that we're getting it. But I was really hoping after the No Shave November promo, they looked at that stuff, they got the feedback from all of us saying, oh, we need some changes here, like with the stamina cost, maybe with some of the events, maybe you change some of the stuff where it had chances of you getting players over here. I thought that stuff was going to be changed, and that would have made the promo a lot nicer to play through and change that stuff. Whereas instead they just simply extended it for an extra 4 days, which just makes it a little bit worse because you're going to play through that promo. People have already got bored of it on like day one of the promo, so they're going to have to wait another week and 4 days for that promo to end before they can have a new one. And that means that a lot of people are just going to stop playing the game. And we've gone through this a load of times before. If someone stops playing the game for 1 week, 4 days, they give up on that promo. That means that when they come back, they're less likely to actually play it again because they'll be like, oh, it's the same old stuff. I'm not going to bother playing this game, and that's it. They've gone. They're not playing the game again until like a year's time or 2 years time when they come back to the game. So I do think that the promo format does have a future, but they have to change stuff, and they have to look at the actual promo itself, not just extending it for a couple of days here and there, but actually look at the promo itself and make the changes inside of the promo. Not changing the length of the promo, but the actual stuff inside the promo to make it a little bit more enjoyable playing through and actually having those chance packs. Because like I went through in the No Shave November promo, I like having a leaderboard. I like having those chance packs and the choice of which path to take. Do you want to make it a bit risky and go for the player chance pack, or do you want to get your guaranteed points over there? It's up to you which one you do, and that is a very nice format to have. I like having the choices, because some people can go through and play it safe and get those guaranteed points. Others might take the risk and go for that chance of getting an extra player in the hope that they're getting those players. I like having that opportunity and that choice with a promo. That's why in the look back promo, having that extra choice, that extra select pack was such a nice thing to have, and it was so refreshing to have that because people could get another 92 if they wanted to exchange those 390s and get rid of them completely. It was so nice to have because people had that choice, and that's what I like with any promos. Back in season 1, we had a bunch of different ways you could grind one separate promo. There were so many different ways you could go with a promo. There's so many different packs you can open, so many different sets you could do, and loads of people going for it for different reasons. Some people might want to get the players for the team. Some people might want to get the players for their auction house so they can make a ton of coins on it. Some people might just open the packs and see what they get. It was so much fun in season 1 when we had those types of promos. So I do think this promo format, if they make those changes inside of the promo itself, not just extending it, make those changes inside of the promo, I think it could work potentially in the future. But again, it depends on whether EA will actually do that or whether they're just going to keep copying and pasting it again and again, which doesn't make for a great format in my opinion. Okay, so Josh over here says not really that good. Previous promos were better compared to this one, and I agree. Like we had the Christmas promo, we had that Naughty on Ice promo, which was a very nice format. Again, it is one that we've had before, but the LeBron James card was such a nice card that it made up for it in my opinion, of having that. And it did run for a little bit too long, and Ray Allen and stuff, we didn't get any Christmas present, but it is what it is. And then of course the look back promo, one of the best promos, if not the best promo of the season, or season 5 as well maybe, although that's up in the air compared to some of the other promos that we got in that Totti promo and all that stuff. But it was a very good promo, and now we've dropped back down to square one. So it is literally like a roller coaster. We've gone up and we've hit that climax at the look back promo, and now we're back down at 0 with a not so good promo and a not so good side promo as well. If you had the achievements based promo on the side, it might have made things a little bit better, because then no money spent guys could have something to play through, try and grind through, because it does take a couple of days to play through and get your stuff for an achievements based promo. Like today promo, no money spent guys aren't really going to get anything unless you're trying to get a jersey or an 89 or an 88 overall player. And Jeremiah Tan says, of course this promo is exactly the same as the No Shave November promo. EA really need to buck up their game now, otherwise they risk losing more players than previously is. For me, I'm sticking it out mainly because this was the first NBA Live Mobile game I played since I was young. I was here since season 1 of NBA Live Mobile. Back then the seasons were so much fun to play, especially all the varieties of promos to play from, but now it's just the same kind of promo configuration over and over again, just different names and players, and that is all. I agree. Obviously, we keep getting into this situation where, like I said before, we come from a really good promo, we get a pretty bad promo, then they sort of build up a bit, and then we come back down again. It's like a roller coaster, and that's how I described season 5 in some of my end of the season videos with that one. It was a roller coaster. I was expecting more consistency in season 6, but all we've seemed to be getting is copy and paste promo formats and pretty inconsistent stuff where we get some good promos and then some bad promos. And yes, that is of course going to be the case with any game. If you have promos in any game or any event, you're going to have some good and some bad, but there's no consistency really. We just keep going up and then back down. And there's nothing really to fix that stuff, and it is always copy and paste. And I agree with that. It is like the same sort of promo configuration over again, just with different players and their different name. And you had that with say the No Shave November promo, for example. We had James Harden as a master, now we got Zero Chill promo. James Harden's still the master. It's the same thing again, same format, nothing's changed, and it is just something we need to have fixed in the game. And I agree with the stuff that he said back in season 1, having all the varieties of promos. Yes, it makes it harder and harder each year to go back and look at some promos and be like, we need to do something different over here. It gets harder and harder to come up with different ideas for a promo, and I get that, because it is very hard to create like sequels of stuff. That's why making like games last a very long time is very hard to keep adding new stuff every single time, because it is pretty hard to think of new stuff to do. Maybe if someone from EA could just look back at all the past promos in season 3, maybe season 2, season 1, all of those past promos, and just take about like some of the ideas that they had in them and just implement them into the game for one promo. If they could just look back at season 1, 2 or 3, or maybe even season 4, some of the promo formats, and just see how that would work in this season, and just implement them in over here, and just go through some of the catalog of promos, because they got a load of promos that we had in season 1, 2 and 3 that they could maybe use and just change it up a little bit so it fits with this season and so it works with this season. But that would be a way to go, in my opinion, when it comes to these promos, just to get some consistency with the promos. And I know EA are looking at something really big, hopefully updates that we'll see soon, but I have no idea about that stuff. No one does really, unless you are a developer working at EA or you are a game changer. I don't know how much the game changers actually know about that stuff, but hopefully we can get some info on that soon, as I keep saying, and I've said this multiple times throughout the whole season. But it is what it is. We have got the Zero Chill promo. We got it out now for a couple more days. Obviously we do have login issues. Hopefully that will get fixed. Maybe by the time you're watching this it has already got fixed. But if you want to know exactly how you can get the masters from the Zero Chill promo really quickly, go check out this video in the bottom left hand corner. I went through absolutely everything you're going to need to succeed in that promo, so go check that video out, and I'll see you guys in that one. Peace.